in the womb right now.
Gather around the campfire.
Let's play around the campfire. I think that whole
Welcome one, welcome all to the Multicultural Misfits podcast. This is your host, Audio AB. Next to me on the couch, I have my wonderful co-host and executive producer,
Jordan.
And across from him, I have my wonderful co-host.
See, it's all washing. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, belated Halloween. This is coming out slightly afterwards.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's the same.
The people
feeling.
don't need to know.
Yeah, people don't need to know.
So how would you guys feel? Okay, so like, you know, we've been seeing a lot of friends and shit having kids recently and shit, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, like when we're, you know, more ready for that part of our lives, how would you guys feel about having twins? Oh. Like if someone asked you, like, all right, if you're gonna knock up your girl, you can have twins. Like, you know, like
let's run through pros and cons here. Okay?
Yeah, come on.
I feel like the cons outweigh the pros.
I think they
you
do
think
too.
so? The
Yeah.
But let's
cons
narrow
outweigh
them
the
down.
pros?
Pros for sure is that you got two of them at the same time. You could raise them both. That's
Yeah.
easy. You know what I mean? That makes it harder, like, you know, raising them. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's easier in the long run than raising two individual children. Raising two at the same time?
I'm gonna disagree with
because
that
imagine,
one.
like, you got 2 years of this kid, and he's finally getting old enough, just sleeping through the night, no more nightmares, like, every now and then, but not crying every single night.
Okay.
And then another fucking one comes in and does it again for 2 years.
But then imagine like, okay, one is going through problems at school, and then the other one is also going through problems at school. So you got to deal with two motherfuckers that are the same age having the same problem.
Well, I mean, the twin dynamic. One's always good, one's always evil, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
The bad one's going to be bad, and you got to let that one...
Which is going to cause trouble.
yeah,
Like
and
black
then
sheep.
you got to let the good one grow and defeat him later in life.
Defeat.
No, but yeah, okay, I see, yeah. And then
Man.
another cool thing is, you know, they're just kind of cool, right? I mean, twins are cool. First and foremost, they're going to always have a friend.
Yeah.
They're going to be like boys or
Yeah.
girls or boy-girl.
Boy-girl,
or boy-girl. And, I mean, it's just kind of fun, I feel, to dress them up, right? You just
That would
walk
be
around
kinda
with
fun.
two kids and they're dressed the exact same.
I think it's nice because it's easy, bro. Like, boom, you have two, and then you don't have to have any more. Like, maybe people, you know, sometimes people want to have more kids, but I think should generally be fine.
Yeah.
Bro, pop out fucking twins. That's it. Your wife doesn't have to go through the fucking birth anymore. It doesn't fuck up her pussy or, you know, whatever it does. I don't know.
Okay. Whatever happens down there.
Well, yeah, when women who've had babies. I mean, tell us. I don't know what the fuck it does.
I wonder what does happen.
Your pussy need rearrangement.
If you shoot
Does
out
it rearrange
two
it?
at once? What'd you say?
Does your pussy need rearrangement? I don't know what goes on down
We gotta
there.
get
She just have no idea what goes on in there.
gotta get home improvement in here. Someone
They got to redo the asbestos.
Tim the Tool Man. Get a Tim the Tool Man in there. Repair that shit.
come in and fix this interior up, dude.
Oh my god, that was a joke, people. That was a joke.
Reupholster the pussy, bro.
Reupholster
Reupholster.
the pussy.
I feel like I've heard that from somewhere.
That was in the
Reupholster
Kanye
the
West
pussy?
song.
Reupholster the pussy.
That was Chris Rock at the end of damn.
New.
I forgot what it was.
That was a college dropout.
The
Right?
fame-
That was one of the skits.
No, it was in
Let's
Beautiful
play-
Dark Twisted Fantasy. It was a
Blame
rock
Game.
band.
Blame Game.
Blame Game. That's the
No,
one.
I
with
actually
Chris
never
Rock
liked that song.
with
from what I
the
remember.
piano. Bing, 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 bing,
Yeah.
bing. I don't remember.
I don't know
That's
about
some-
twins, man. I just don't want two at the same time.
Are you creeped out by them being the same?
If they look the exact same, I'm going to forget one of their names.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard people that have had twins that it is kind of hard to tell them apart in the
Yeah.
beginning because they look the same. You know what I mean?
I would have
They're
to like
just
write their
babies.
name on
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, you
Dude,
can give one a tattoo.
Yo, when they're little, when they're like babies, you probably be forgetting which one's which.
Hell yeah,
dude.
Like which one's Kyle and which one's Kevin.
Now hold on. Imagine if you have quadruplets.
Yeah, four. of
Now
them
you got
motherfuckers.
four of them motherfuckers.
I'm gonna
Imagine
return-
they're all boys.
One of them going back to the store,
One of
bro.
them's going back.
I'll leave these two here and I'll take these two. What do you guys think? Deal?
Drop those two off.
I read somewhere that or I heard somewhere that I think anything over triplets, for the most part, people do like modification to have those kids. Like they're not really natural.
Wow.
Some kind of like IVF,
Yeah.
or some kind of super kind of therapy where they take out an egg and squeeze in another baby in that.
Oh
Baby.
I don't know
my God.
how that works.
I don't know
yeah.
how that works.
So it's one sperm cell getting all four of them, or it's four different sperm cells from you getting 4 eggs.
I feel like I'm not qualified to tell you.
I don't know what the hell
I
is.
don't know either.
I'm really not sure. I mean,
Meiosis and mitosis. I don't know. Zygotes and stuff.
I
Because in
know.
my head, all I'm imagining is that one lady that had like 8 kids at the same time.
Oh my God, John and Kate plus
John
8.
and Kate plus
Bro,
8.
and them kids, all of those have terrible stories coming out when they get older. Like
Oh, of course.
John and Kate plus 8 and the 16 kids and counting. Bro,
Oh,
those kids were molesting each other.
That's horrible.
The older sons were
Nah, that
caught
wasn't John and
molesting.
Kate. John and Kate had kids at different times.
That was 16, right? 16 and counting.
I have no idea. I just remember there was one lady that had like she had quintuplets.
Yeah, and they bought them.
She had quintuplets.
She had quintuplets. Is that 8?
Quintuplets?
Yeah.
I feel like that's like 16.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Quintuplets. Yeah, that sounds
She
like
had no shit. Maybe she was
no fucking way
octuplets.
she had
It was-
16 children.
Now that pussy needs rearranging.
Yo, that is like a 5-day experience.
16 babies at one time.
That pussy's done for. That woman is dead by the end of
There's
it.
some sticks holding that pussy
She's
together.
done and there's just blood just
Yeah.
pouring out of her body.
The husband had to agree to let her die like medieval times. Like, what do you think, my lord? Should we do it?
That's some Game of Thrones shit. Just slice out all the babies.
Slice out all 16 of them.
On my heirs.
Maybe not. It was not quintuplets. It was octuplets or something like that.
That's 8.
That sounds
Yeah.
like 8. Even that is
that was
kind
crazy.
of ridiculous.
It is a lot.
8 is a lot of fucking
Quintuplets
kids.
might be 5, I think.
Okay. Still too much, bro.
Quadruplets.
That's
quintuplets.
quartuplets. No, I'm
Qu-
just kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, what does it make-
No, I think quintuplets is 5. I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean that's just absurd, man.
Yeah.
You're not living a
Yeah.
normal life. Like if you have 5 children at the same time, that's it. Like this is not life anymore. This is a cartoon.
Then you got to pay
This
for
is a
their
joke.
college at the same time.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's
Car,
a con.
and you know if
That's
you get one a
con.
car, you have to get the other one a car. They want to split the car. Or
No,
something.
no, they can
so
ride.
They can share. They
They
can
can
bad,
ride
share.
bro.
together. They share. Come on,
They
chill
can
out.
share. They can share.
They're gonna be so competitive and bad and
2
like
pairs of clothes.
Let them share clothes. Would
no,
you
just-
put them all in the same school? Just
Yeah,
put all
man.
5 of them?
Just raise them to be little athletes. You know.
Oh my god, dude! Can you imagine? They sweep the fucking school, dude. They're just like little star athletes, all 5 of them.
That would be fly.
Together.
Yo, that'd
Imagine,
be crazy.
Put them on the basketball team. Each one plays a different position.
That would be fly.
Dude, that would be so fucking funny.
Playing against me and my
That has to
brothers.
exist
All
somewhere.
boys.
will all destroy you.
Pulling up all 5 of them, 5 on 5, fucking up everybody.
You know, that's why we got to start like producing superhumans, man. Like, you know, we got to get LeBron and we got to get, who's that dude with the giant calves? Saquon.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley, dude.
Yeah.
This fucking crush a watermelon.
There's people that
Get
say
them
that
and make them fuck somehow.
people say that that's already being done.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yao Ming, isn't that how Yao Ming
That's
was
what people say about
conceived?
Yao
They
Ming,
say.
bro. But
Yeah.
then again, if you look at his parents, they were both athletes.
Yeah.
But I think they,
And they
did
were
it on
large.
purpose, right?
They
like
were large,
they
so-
got them and then had them, you know.
I think so.
And I don't know how they do it, but maybe they can like inspect or analyze the sperm and the eggs and stuff to see like which is like the most healthy, I guess. You know what I mean? So they can choose like a certain time of the year. I don't know what would go into.
I wouldn't put it past China.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
for
put it
sure.
back.
I wouldn't put it
Or do you
past-
think they just got 2 tall Chinese people and just had them fucking over and over and like let's just wait till one of these motherfuckers comes out real
I
tall?
think that could be the case too. Like they just found like a sample size of like thousands of them, because there's not that many tall Chinese people. So they probably found
Freakishly tall ones.
yeah,
especially.
exactly. So they probably found a sample size of like, I would say the maximum 1,000, but honestly, there's not even probably 1,000 Chinese people that are above like 6'5".
Jesus
But
Christ.
they probably found as many as they could, and then like they're like, all right, you guys gotta do this shit. for
Just
the
locked
good of
them in
the
a
nation.
house
Yeah.
and said, "Get the fucking."
Oh my god,
Bro, did
dude.
you guys hear? Speaking of fucking and reproducing, a report came out recently that was saying that I think not like we're as in the U.S., but we're as in the world, are at risk of like declining population.
What?
Thank
Yeah.
God.
We're at risk.
I'm
of, like,
fine with that.
We're at risk
Wait,
of
how?
We're at risk of being 1 billion people less by like I think it was like 2050.
Good.
Damn.
So we're gonna be at like 6 billion by 2050. That's what they're saying.
That can't be true because how would that even be? That would mean that like half of the people that are coming out being born that are supposed to have kids, like that can't have kids, just won't have kids.
I think
Not exact
they
numbers,
don't,
but like
they
it's-
don't want to have kids.
Because it's
Yeah.
an exponential thing. It's like these people have kids, then all those people have kids, and all those people have kids. It's not like a straight line, So like, how
Well,
would
that's true, but like think about it, it changes to a line when you have older populations, right? They're eventually dying off,
Yeah.
and all the younger people are not as eager to have kids as those
And
older
then
people.
think about all the older people that had like 15 brothers and sisters. They're all going to die
That's
off
gone.
too.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're all dying off.
That is true.
70s.
And our
already,
generation
and
is like, yo, we just want 1 or 2
that's
kids.
Yeah,
But just sheer numbers, I don't see how it wouldn't keep rising. You know what I mean? Like, unless I don't know, dude. That would mean like a lot of people just don't have kids.
Yeah.
a lot of people.
that's what the report is saying could happen. It's saying that because, and it's not even just like a Western thing. Even in places like India and shit, younger people are like, I don't want kids. You know what I mean?
I don't want kids.
I don't
They're
want kids.
expensive, buddy.
They're expensive. We're in a recession right now.
That's not funny, buddy. It's offensive, buddy.
No, but seriously, like,
yeah, I mean, it's expensive. People don't want to have kids. People don't want that responsibility. Also, there's a lot of people. I've talked to a ton of young people that they feel bad. They don't want to bring kids into the world.
Yeah.
And like that used to be something people would say. I'd be like, come on, what are you talking about? Now I hear that shit like very often.
Yeah.
Really often, where people are like, it feels wrong. Like I shouldn't do it.
a lot of people feel that way, man. There's a
I see
lot
where
of
they're coming from too.
There's
kinda.
a lot of women
Yeah.
too who feel like they're not meant to be mothers, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like you're
And
just,
they don't want to damage their bodies either.
exactly.
Yeah.
Some people are just not built for it. That's not their thing. There's nothing wrong with it. Whatever makes them happy. They're their own human being, and they should be able to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, a baby's a lot. Imagine being a woman and like the whole, the public and like the general way to go is you have a kid, right? Most
Yeah.
women have kids. I don't know if that's true, but a good amount of women have kids.
I'm not sure if that's true, but I have a feeling that if you were to take a sample size of like 1 million women,
It's got to be a majority, right?
I would say at
majority,
least
yeah.
70%
yeah.
have kids. Or
But I
wanna
could see
have
how they
kids.
wouldn't want to. Like, imagine you don't want this kid, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
have a kid. Like, why don't you want to have a kid? Like, I don't have to carry this fucker in me for 9 months.
And I have to change my life,
And
the
then
way
give
I
birth
live.
to it. And then if my baby daddy sucks, he's a cool dude, and then I have this kid and he sucks now I kind of have this kid on my own.
And then you got to think about this. You might not even like the kid.
You might be
The
born
kid
a
might
little
suck
omen.
ass.
Exactly.
You get a little Damien, dude. You get a little
like the Omen?
yeah, like the
a little
omen, bro.
A
You
little
get a little
Damien.
shit. You catch him killing hamsters, and you're like, what is going on,
Bro, nah, I feel that too, man. I don't know. But it would be kind of nice to have somebody that's like a little you walking around.
I most certainly want a kid.
I just want one.
I most definitely do.
I want 3 of them motherfuckers.
I want a boy.
3.
Yeah.
Are you a
I
little
want
crazy?
boy, girl, boy. I want boy, 2 years, girl, 2 years, boy.
You already got the plan.
Got the plan,
You got
dude.
the plan.
And if it doesn't work out
Exactly how
that
I want
way,
it.
you axe them and you try again.
Kill all of them, you get some more.
you try again. Or you try 3 different women. That way you choose which. And you mix and match a fantastic team.
Oh
You gotta,
my
you
god.
gotta do the surrogate shit like fucking Kim and Kanye or like Jay-Z
that's
and
crazy.
Beyonce.
Yeah, maybe
Supposedly,
people want to
dude.
have kids later on when they can like tamper with like the fetus, and like you can say what you want it to have and what kind of traits you want it to have and I don't know, like mental traits and
don't-
physical traits,
Don't
all
you
that
think
shit.
some of the beauty of having kids is just seeing how they come out and seeing what features they have of yours and your wife or
I do
girlfriend
too.
or
That's the
Yeah.
only
You
fun
know?
part of having a kid.
No, that's
like
super
in my
cool.
mind.
It's like a mixed bag, and you're like, oh man, I hope the motherfucker gets,
But-
I don't know, my ears or whatever. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just random shit, or like seeing. I mean, what I think would be cool is like when having a kid is looking at it and be like, damn, this motherfucker looks like my parents. You know what I mean? Like what a trip that
Yeah.
would be, right?
That's
Or like,
true, man. As they
you
get
know?
older and shit, it
Yeah.
is interesting. But I don't know. I feel like as we get older though, and like when the advancements come, it's gonna be so hard not to take that option. Where you're like, do you want him to have blue eyes? He's not gonna have them naturally.
Nah, I want my kid to be like that.
I'll pay the $150 extra.
To have
Okay.
blue eyes.
Give him some blue
Bro,
eyes. you know?
$150 to get some blue eyes.
I mean, maybe it'll be super cheap later.
I've spent more on some bullshit. I would gladly pay $150 for blue eyes for my kid,
for
bro.
good, yeah, for the rest of his life.
For the rest of his life?
Oh my god!
Nah, give him like
monochromatic
Bro.
eyes or something.
yeah. Dude.
He's
The
sick, dude.
monochromatic is the thing where it's like one eye is like blue and one will be like brown.
I think
It's freaky, bro. It looks
I
like a
think so.
dog.
That's fucking cool as shit.
It
Though,
looks like
bro.
a dog.
That's imagine.
You look like a dog.
Imagine that's your son. He pulls up to a bar. He's like, "What's up?" One of his eyes is green, one
Oh,
is
yeah.
brown.
The girls will
Oh
melt.
my
That
god!
kid has superpower. That kid's too cool, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You look
Too
that
cool
guy
for
in his
school.
eyes, like that guy's just climbing to the top of the world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it already looks like an interesting person to talk to. If they have
Yeah.
2 different color eyes, that's so fascinating.
Yeah. But you're right. That is really fascinating to see like your features and your parents' features and your family members' features, all this shit. You know,
Yeah.
because as people get older, they change and like you can start to see resemblances and like my cousin and whatever, my other cousin or my uncle and my grandpa or some shit.
Yeah.
It's cool to see. It's really cool to see. I hope my kids get my good features.
I want my
think
kid to be
everybody
just like me,
does.
I
bro.
hope my kid doesn't get my schnoz.
My
Oh, man, I feel
schnoz.
you.
I don't want that. or my height, bro. I gotta go get me like an Amazon woman. No, I'm just kidding. My girlfriend's
Okay,
very short.
a
Love you.
nice 9-foot tall woman. But
9-foot
sometimes
tall
the
woman.
thing with height is like it's definitely like if you have tall parents, you're likely to be a tall kid. But sometimes it's random too.
Yeah. Also, sometimes it skips generations.
Yeah.
Sometimes like your dad's dad will be really tall, but your dad's short.
Yeah, because I'm taller than my dad.
You're taller than your dad?
I'm taller than my dad. My granddad on my mom's side was like 5'6".
Oh, for real? He was
Yeah.
lil.
Wow.
So my height is from like generations before.
He's probably shedding a tear, bro. So
Yeah,
look
he
at-
was.
My
they was
God,
like, if your
look at him.
granddaddy was alive, he would be so happy.
Look at him touching the doorway. Look at him doing it.
I'll make my grandson lift me up.
That's gonna be me, bro. That's gonna be me. I gotta look down at my grandkids like, I knew it. Played my cards ready. 6'4". Let's go,
Put him in the fucking NCAA basketball team.
dude. Yeah, I'm gonna get my kids playing sports. I'm gonna make sure that they do things because I regret not doing certain things.
Oh yeah.
Same here, man.
Sports and just like activities in general, you know.
Yeah.
Like after school shit or just anything other than just coming home playing video games and just bullshitting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
like-
did have a good childhood, but I wished I was more dedicated with some things because then I feel like those qualities translate over to you later in life too, right? I feel like they help with like
And it helps with like your work ethic.
Yeah, your work ethic
your
and
responsibility, your whatever,
teamwork,
urgency,
shit,
all that
right?
shit. Yeah,
you know how to
teamwork.
work with other people. Like from
Yeah.
being on a sports team, like you can really, you can figure out how to work on shit with people, which I
Yeah,
think is
sure.
important because that's what you do in life, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to expose yourself to a lot of different personalities.
My
Because you
kid
never
ain't
know who
playing-
you're going to work with.
The kid ain't playing football
Absolutely.
though. He ain't playing no damn football in my family.
No, he's not
Nah,
playing no
fuck that,
football.
man. It's not worth the CTE.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I'm putting that fucker in track, bro. I'm putting him in track.
I
That's
feel
a
like
good
track
sport.
would be a good one. It keeps them busy. I feel like
Soccer,
Karate, that'd be cool, too.
karate would be
Oh,
Ooh,
wild.
to
Karate
see my
would be
little kid
nice.
whooping another little kid at a competition?
Dude, okay.
Oh
so
my God,
I
that'd be so
remember
cool.
when I was a little kid, I really wanted to do it, and then my parents took me to. There was like this one place in A-Leaf in our part of town, and it was like a really popular place, and I'd never actually set foot in there. And then my parents went with me, my mom, my dad. We walk in, and like immediately when the door opens, you just get the worst fucking smell.
Yeah.
of, like
Smells like feet.
Yeah.
super dirty feet and like sweat, and it's like a thick smell. Like it
Yeah.
smells dirty.
It's
Like
like
the mats,
muggy in there.
Yeah, like the mats are coated with it. The air is hot and thick and just smelly. And like my dad's talking to the guy and just getting pricing and like asking me like, "Are you interested?" Like, my dad's asking me, "Do you want to do this?" Like, is what you want to do? Like,
You sure? Did you smell? Did you smell what I smelled?
Yeah, you gotta get used to the
this shit?
smell, bro.
he's asking. if I
Just
wanna
making
do
sure.
this.
Just making sure.
And then I said I didn't want to do it because it smelled.
Yeah, bro.
It smelled too bad. I said no.
I'll be
I don't
honest.
blame
I
you.
might have done the same shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Even as a kid, I'd be like, nah, bro, it smells like ass in
Because if
here.
it smells like ass standing up when you walk in, imagine they lay you down on the floor and like you're wrestling with someone and like now you're in this position where you have to fight back and your face is on the ground. And you're just
Your face on the
my
ground, their
God.
ass is in your face.
Oh
just
my
snorting,
God.
just snorting that shit, dude.
Dad!
Save me. That's gross if you think about it. All these little sweaty kids and their feet
Oh my
and shit.
And you know they are
God.
not cleaning that mat at
Hell
all. They're
no,
probably
dude.
spraying it down a little bit.
You can't.
That's
I don't know
it.
how you would clean it. Like I remember
can't.
when we used to do like boxing kind of.
Yeah.
And when the mat would get dirty, there's not really much you could do about it.
Yeah.
You can wipe it down, but it's
You
That's
can
it.
flip. You can flip it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
That's
shit's gonna
it.
get soaked in, and like there's like
Exactly.
foamy kind of shit in there. and-
exactly.
Oh.
And you're wiping it afterwards, so it's like
Yeah.
it's been soaking in the whole time.
Yeah,
You know?
there's no avoiding this. You're just gonna have to buy a new one, and
That's
no
gross.
fucking giant, I don't know how much a karate mat is, but
For a whole fucking
Yeah.
place.
yeah, for
you
a
know?
whole establishment.
Yeah,
it's gotta
because
be
the mat is like
expensive.
pretty much the whole floor
Yeah.
inside of it.
Exactly.
They should
Oh,
deliver
fuck
that shit in
that.
an 18-wheeler, just roll it out, like a long ass
Fucking
thing.
smelly.
Dude, by my house, by this like intermediate school by my house, there's like this little new strip that's being built, and I haven't seen anything doing super
yeah.
successful there. There's a karate place there.
Yeah.
and I
I didn't know that.
and like near like the beginning of this year, when I was still kind of staying over there at my parents' often, and I would drive through that little neighborhood, I would always see them outside like doing drills and stuff. And I was like, yo, this looks so wholesome, man.
Bro.
It was like two adults, probably like one of them is a parent or something, and all these kids just hi, and, you know,
Aw.
and they're like doing laps and stuff, and they're giving each other high fives. I was like, that looks so wholesome.
That's
man.
cute
That's
as hell.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, karate
Nice new
would be a good
place.
one to put kids in, man. I feel like it makes them more well-rounded individuals. Teaches them how to fight and handle themselves in case they get into physical altercations and shit.
For
Yeah.
sure, bro. You got to know what to do in a physical altercation, I feel. Although it doesn't really happen very often.
And
To
the
be
modern
honest, yeah,
age,
and not for that long.
I wonder if they'll be less common in the future.
fights.
Fights?
Yeah, fights. Like
Probably,
if you just,
yeah.
Like if you get caught, you know, like the government knows what you're doing all the time. No fighting, or you get a fine.
No fighting anybody.
Yeah, like you don't go to jail, but like no
I don't know,
roughhousing,
man.
guys.
I feel like
Kids are still scrapping.
it could
though.
go either
Hell
way.
yeah, they're scrapping,
Kids are still
dude.
scrapping. I feel like it could go either way. It could go more. People could be more aggressive and want to fight more, or it could be less. People could be more passive aggressive and just, someone pisses them off and they get on their fucking TikTok. This fucking bitch at Walmart. You know what I mean?
Just bully them instead.
Just fucking
Internet bully them. Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like kids nowadays are on it, bro. They're not taking no shit.
Yeah,
I feel like it's like the opposite. Like how people are like, yeah, the kids are soft nowadays. It's like they might be soft, but when they get mad, they get mad.
yeah. They act like they're soft, like the fucking, like gay rights and things like that. But them kids are
but
mean.
they will scrap, bro.
Them kids are mean to each other.
You're homophobic?
You bitch. Get bullied for the next 3 years.
What you mean they act like they're wait? What do you mean by they act like they're soft with gay rights? And
Like you know.
they're soft because they
like the
support
big-
gay people.
I'm talking about like the big hitters, you know, like the folks who have gotten like, you know, the shitty end of the stick for a little while, like where now people are progressive and they're starting to realize like who gives a shit.
Yeah.
But like on a regular level, like being friends with someone, they're just mean to each other. Like not about because you're gay, but but just because like just bullying, just like general bullying, like, and it's a lot more common because they have the internet. And they're all at home and stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently, my little sister told me that first year that they got back in school when she was in 8th grade,
Boy.
bro, they were fighting. She told me like every other day.
Yeah.
She showed me a video of her recording it, right, on a Snapchat. So I saw the date. It was all the same day. It was 3 different fights. Full on fights. Not shoving each other. Like full on the floor, pulling each other's hair, all that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking APs trying to break them up.
I like it.
Speaking of fucking kids, bro, there's another report that came out recently, and it compiles all the statistics across the United States for like test scores for kids' test scores for like standardized testing and shit.
Uh-oh.
And like classroom scores, and it aggregates it, and it pops out like numbers to see if we're below or above historical metrics. And they were looking at it and they were saying that for this year, reading and math scores are the lowest they've been in more than 20 years.
Yo.
I'm not surprised.
And
I'm not surprised
A
either,
lot
bro.
of people like
This is
in
not
the-
good.
A lot of people in the threads in the comments that I was reading this on, like there were some people who were teachers, and they were saying that it's a combination of like it's not only like the kid's fault slightly, but like there's a lot of factors in it too, right? Like one being the administrations just don't support shit, and like when the schools shifted to like remote school and COVID,
Yeah, that's what it was.
there were not enough resources for kids, and like they didn't know how to properly do it.
Yeah.
You know, and kids didn't know how to fucking do remote school.
Yeah.
right?
So
And
a kid could just like have his shit on mute and just fucking
Be a
watch
robot.
Well, if
TV all
we
day
were
long.
in school
Yeah.
doing remote learning, I would be an idiot.
Yeah, dude.
I would be dumb as hell right now.
You gonna trust me as 12 years old to fucking get ready and pay attention to this screen for
That's
8
insane.
hours?
I have a whole PlayStation right here.
There's no way,
Bro.
dude. How could you expect a kid to do that for
And
8 hours?
high school must have been crazy. If I'm a 10th grader and you're asking me to what?
Yeah, you get so devious in high school,
Dude, I'm
bro.
gonna put a fucking coffee cup on the space board and I'm gonna fucking go out somewhere during
Hell
the
yeah,
day.
dude.
Dog.
I'm put up just a picture of myself and just put that right in the camera, and they'll never know. It just looks like I'm like this writing stuff.
Imagine being a 10th grader now.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh man, it'd be so bad.
I feel like the quality of education in every way is gone. Like, you know, like college all the way down to like kindergarten, bro. Like,
Absolutely, man. I saw another thread. This was in the Houston Reddit, and it was by a teacher, and this guy or woman was asking, "Is anybody else fed up with teaching?" And there were like 400 replies to
Yeah.
this shit. And I was like, "That's a lot."
Yeah.
And I was reading through them, and there were really detailed replies. These people saying, like, specifically in Houston, that like the state sucks. They've been giving people less money and less money, so teachers have to buy shit out of their own pockets.
Yep.
yeah,
and,
who
like,
wants to do that?
That's
Kids
something I
are
didn't even know
bad.
that they did when we were in school.
It's
Yeah,
fucked
man.
up,
I was
dude.
like,
All those
bro,
decorations and shit.
They had
Yeah.
to buy them
They
shit.
Or they
probably
have to-
bought more than half of those.
Or they have to fundraise it. They have to ask parents for donations or ask.
You would not get no
that's why-
donations at
you know
any
how
school,
you know
bro.
how we used to do fundraisers when we were in school. We would buy we'd have the candy.
Don't you dare say it.
That's the
Bro.
only reason we did it.
When you really get down to it, it's kind of sad. Like, bring in
is.
tissue boxes, guys, and I'll give you 100. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Because you don't have it. We can't buy enough tissue boxes, so I'll give you a 100 on your grade if you just please bring us some resources to use.
in-
Kids are going to sneeze into their shirts.
We're not gonna have no tissues, guys. This is fun for you, but for me, this is necessity. Please bring them.
This is life, bro.
Bring in some markers and you'll get a fucking A on this fucking extra credit assignment.
That's fucked up, dude. That's real fucked up.
And they were saying that this has fucked up the quality of education for these kids, and it also has put a lot of stress on the teachers
Yeah.
who already don't make enough money, who are stressed out by inflation. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to buy shit. Shit's too expensive. You
Yeah.
don't make enough money as is. How are you supposed to get by?
Oh my god.
Your job is stressful as shit, right? So
The
a lot of
hours
these
are
people,
long.
Hours are very long,
It's rough,
and they
dude.
often work outside of the regular hours too, because
Yeah.
there's like parent conferences.
You got to grade shit.
You got to grade shit. You
They
know,
get summers off, but it's like you're working hard when you are working.
Yeah,
Espe- like,
absolutely.
during like the middle of the year, the end of the year type of shit, bro.
Then in the summer, like you aren't getting any money, so you
Yeah.
have to get another job because you're not getting paid enough as a teacher.
I've heard they pay them for summer school, and they
they do?
do like give them extra just for doing it. But like, I'm sure it's not very fun. I'm sure all those kids are real assholes.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of them were saying too. It's like the kids are being really fucking rude since COVID and shit. And
Bro,
like,
I've seen so many videos of teachers getting like punched or slapped or like straight up disrespected, like hard, bro.
Man, you know, I had problems with teachers sometimes when I was in school and shit, but never in my life could I have ever conceived of trying to hit a teacher.
Never, bro.
That's
or
the
throwing
most
some shit at them or
disrespectful. Like maybe verbally I'd be disrespectful, but I could never imagine putting my hand on or throwing something at a teacher.
I've thought about it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
But I couldn't. I
I was a kid. I was like,
what
I was
teacher
in
was
fifth
it?
grade.
Was it a dude teacher or a girl?
It was a woman teacher.
Damn, you think about women
pissing
being
me
in
off.
the fifth
You could have
grade?
taken her.
Bro, it was like during the text that she kept giving me attitude, and I was like, Miss Hughes, I will fuck you up.
Come here. Meet me outside this classroom. I'll show you a thing or two.
I'll show you a thing or two,
Remember
bitch.
at Miller, like, was it intermediate school? I just gave the name away. Who gives a shit? We had like 2 classrooms that we would like split time in, and it had like the hole in the back of the class, so you could like walk freely between both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to fight both of them damn teachers.
Damn.
I had a rough year, bro.
Oh man. At Miller.
Yeah, at Miller. This was
Is
fifth
it?
grade, I think.
Start with B and C.
Nah, it was Miss Hughes. I'll say her
Oh,
name
Miss
on
Hughes.
record.
It's Miss Hughes.
Miss
Oh.
Hughes and some other lady I did not fuck with.
Damn.
Sometimes
Miss
teachers-
Hughes, you bitch.
There's also
I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Miss Hughes.
sometimes they just don't connect
She
with certain
did.
students.
Yeah,
man.
she was probably being
She really
she was probably
did?
being a good
Probably
lady,
did.
and you were being bad.
Probably. Yeah.
So you were probably just being bad, bro.
She probably wasn't taking my shit anymore. And I was like, well, fuck you.
No, but honestly, dude,
had a
sometimes
baby- you had a
those
babysit
teachers
these
really did
kids,
have it
bro.
out for certain people. They really
Yeah.
did.
Oh, of course.
Because there were years where I would get along like fantastically with my teachers, and I would talk a lot and stuff like that, and like I would be silly in class and stuff, but I was never really bad or anything.
Yeah.
I was never trying to like start arguments or yell at anybody, nothing like that. Just making jokes. But I had teachers that I felt like for sure had it out for me. Like they did not like me. I cursed at one teacher in high school, and that bitch hated me. She fucking hated me because it was my senior year, and I had enough credits to not do any more classes. Right, so in you got 7 periods or whatever. For 2 of the periods, I had my teacher's assistant bullshit.
Staff aide.
Yeah, staff aide, which is
was
basically
the-
not real. But then I had another period that I had no credits that I needed for, right? So it was basically just an empty one. I could take whatever I wanted. So I took like one of the easiest classes I could. It was like a computer class for a freshman. So I'm just in there. I can make a 0 in this class and it wouldn't matter. I would still graduate. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
I just had to show up.
Oh
And
my God.
And this bitch was so mean to me. And it was Photoshop. So I was always being, I was kind of bullshitting, but it's fucking 30 other kids. Leave me alone, lady. And she's like, you're not Photoshopping the face 8,000 times like I asked you to. And she was an Asian lady. And this bitch.
Dude, go ahead and do her accent for us. So that
no.
no. Me and Gio need to know how she sounded.
No, I can't.
Just kidding.
So many accents, bro. Japanese accents, Vietnamese accents. It's all going through my head right now. And I forget what it was, but like she had moved me around several times in the class because there was one person that I was real cool with, and she knew that, so she would just separate us. And I forget what it was, but I think I really had to go to the restroom or something like that. She was giving me a real hard time, and she started yelling at me like hard in front of the class. And I think her name was Miss Vian or something like that. And I was like, you know what? I was like, fuck you, Miss Vian. I was like, I'm done with this shit. I'm done with this. And I just walked out the class.
Damn.
And I went straight to the AP, and I told them what happened.
Yo, wasn't she one of our friends' aunts?
Yes.
One of
That's
our mutual
hilarious.
friends.
Yes.
And you know that guy, the mutual friend I'm talking about. I think he grabbed one of our friends' dicks.
Oh. Who's it?
I don't remember who. I don't remember which one of our friends' dicks he grabbed.
I mean,
but I remember one of my
know the
friends
friend.
telling me
He played around like in a gay way very often.
it was that guy.
And I hope he's not listening. Either way.
No, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
Fuck
be,
you if you're
be yourself, bro. Be yourself.
Yeah.
But RD. But no. R something else.
Yeah.
But so to this day, right? This guy, like, I've ran into him a few times. Like I saw him at the Natural Science Museum. And
Always
I
a
saw him
nice guy too.
Saw him
I
at a
have
bar.
nothing. I have nothing against him. He's a fucking awesome dude. So sweet. Such
Every
a nice
time I
guy.
see him, it's so friendly. It's like straight up like welcoming, all that stuff. But he's always with a girl. He has a girlfriend. But I'm always like, is it a front?
Is it a front?
Is it a
Is she a
front?
beard?
Do you like penis?
Is she
a beard?
Is she
You
a
know?
beard? Is she a lie?
Because I knew another Asian dude who doesn't have anything to do with being Asian, but he was like a young dude in high school who people thought were gay for a while, and he used to have a girlfriend too for years. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't see it. Like, he's kind of feminine, but I don't think so. Dude, like 2 years after high school, this guy's like going to Pride and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Wait, is he gay?
They
Like-
saw it coming. He's gay, yeah. He's
Oh,
straight
wow.
up gay.
Straight up gay.
Straight up gay. I feel like this friend may be bi, but I don't know. I'm assuming it's a lot. It's pretty hard probably for someone
Man.
to come
I mean,
out.
at the end of the day, it's none of our business.
No,
right?
it's not.
But you know,
But I want to know.
I'm curious.
Nosy.
There weren't really a lot of gay people at our high school like that. Dude,
I feel like
They
it
kept it
also,
secret. They kept it
yeah,
secret.
yeah. Honestly, like
Yeah.
Omar said, I don't think we had a very welcoming environment
That
for
is
gay
true.
people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude.
Do y'all
it
remember
was-
the guy that tried out for the cheerleading team?
Oh yeah,
That I remember that was a crazy time.
was
in my
straight
life.
though, right? Or
man.
gay?
I think he was gay.
Oh, I don't remember.
He was gay, but people were saying some wild shit about it.
I mean, bro, imagine being in class and they're making a bunch of gay jokes and you're a secret gay.
Oh.
You're an undercover gay. And you're just listening. You're like,
You're
God,
undercover
you
gay.
guys fucking hate me. I'm going to have to keep this shit up.
No, that must be horrible though. Like
That's awful, man.
That's horrifying,
and
bro.
It happened a lot at our school.
Yeah, it did. Especially at that time, bro. The F word was flying.
Man.
Dude, oh my God.
It was flying off the wall back
It was
then.
a good one. It was a good one, man.
Sometimes it's just funny to joke around about two people that are the same sex.
it's
making
hilarious.
love, you know? It's just,
I don't think it came out of a place of malice. I don't think anybody there
It was.
really
We didn't
No.
understand like what it was.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think anybody there hated gay people. I think it
Yeah.
was just hilarious to
Same way you
fucking-
could joke about like a profession, like someone's a plumber or something. You just make a little joke. Someone has like long hair, you make a joke about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just it's surface level. It's not like I hate you because God hates you. You know, it's not like that.
I hate you because of who you are
Yeah.
and who you choose to love.
It's just like something different. It's something like not as common, and those are just the easiest things to make fun of. I
Yeah.
feel,
Nah, man, I
in a
don't-
way.
We just didn't know at the time. It was just like kid shit.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
It's I think it's innocent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think so too, dude. We were at a Halloween party, AB's Halloween party yesterday, right? and someone came, right? It was a couple, and someone was so the guy was dressed as Miss Piggy, and the girl was dressed as Kermit. And Kermit was wearing like a onesie kind of thing, all green, but Miss Piggy was wearing like a dress and like a little gown, you know what I mean? Like an early 90s teenage movie. He was straight up dressed like a woman, right? When I came in, I didn't know it was him. I know this person. I didn't know it was him. And I was like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And it was fucking turned around and I saw it was him. And I was like, yo. And so we were making some jokes about something involving like gay people. It wasn't me, and I promise, guys. And my cousin didn't know this, and so he had seen like this person dressed up as a woman earlier, and he told me later, he was like, hey, like, do you think they were offended? Like, you think that wasn't very nice, was it? And I was like, it's a fucking guy. He thought he was an actual, like, he thought he wasn't being ironic.
Oh my
He thought he was
God.
expressing himself,
Yeah,
dressing as a woman.
He thought it was a transgender.
Yeah, he thought it was a transgender dude or woman.
a transgendered woman.
Person.
Woman.
Person. I think person.
That's
is
a
the
people.
easier.
Okay.
The easier.
That's a non-binary
follow.
people right
That's
there.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's kind of fly though. I fuck with that.
I do too, man.
It's
I was
funny.
at the Halloween store. And I honestly thought about almost getting like a girl outfit. It was like a dress, and I forgot
It's
what
an
it was.
easy
You
laugh,
guys,
bro.
you guys both gonna dress up next year as
I'll
ladies?
wear a dress.
I mean,
bro.
bro, that would be pretty funny to wear like a long wig and a dress.
I'll wear a dress.
But I would only go around my friends because I don't have the confidence to do that in public.
I will
Oh,
do that
man.
tomorrow.
You
I
would go
couldn't
to the
do it.
bar?
Wearing a dress?
Yeah.
For Halloween purposes. I'm not doing this just because for Fun Day Sunday. Like,
You looking
nah.
cute or you looking silly?
I'm looking silly.
Okay.
I'm
Like,
not
you're
gonna be in
wearing
the
tight
mirror.
shit?
You're not gonna do your hair up
Yeah,
when you
you're
make
not
up.
gonna do
Not gonna do your makeup or anything?
I'm not going to be taking it seriously.
He's trying to catch.
Getting ready for 2 hours in the
Nah,
mirror.
Omar, he's trying to catch a date there, bro. He's
Yeah, I'm trying to catch somebody slipping.
He's trying to catch a date, man.
Trying to catch some super tall guy comes up like, damn,
Damn,
girl,
girl, you look good.
We could make some crazy kids together. It turns around and it's Gio.
I mean, it would be an
mustache.
accident if somebody bought me a drink, you know. I wouldn't know why they did that,
Yeah.
but hey.
I might start doing it more often if more people buy me drinks. I might start doing it regularly. God damn
But
it.
do it with the full-on beard. Full-on beard and sideburns.
Man,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a trip.
Oh my
The
God.
dudes who,
Oh,
like to
man.
dress like women but keep the beards.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's
That shit's,
wild.
that shit's a trip to me.
That's bold, though.
Yeah. I mean, hey, do whatever you want. But like the look, I don't know what to think. It always seems like pretty Jesus to me because they always got
Yeah.
long hair with a beard.
Pretty
It's
Jesus.
pretty Jesus.
The one word I'll say is it's confusing.
It's confusing.
It's confusing.
But their beards look fantastic.
doesn't mean I think
because they
it's
clean them up
always
good.
That doesn't mean I think it's wrong. I'm just saying, to me, it's confusing.
It's confusing for a split second, and then I look, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then
Yeah.
I'll get it.
Yeah. It's
But
it's
they're super groomed.
yeah, they're super groomed. It's
Super
on. Yeah,
groomed.
it's like that's something that I feel like our eyes have not seen as of the past, like since the past, like what 7 years or something that
Yeah.
that's become more popular. Before that, you never saw a dude fully dressed up with a beard. Like
Not really.
You know what I mean? Like looking straight up pretty. You know.
Not really.
Like it's
dude.
straight up
Yeah.
beautiful. Like you want to ask him on a date.
I'm not talking about like some circus shit where it's a fucking lady with a beard. It's like it's a guy who's good looking with a beard and long hair
And wearing a dress.
and wearing dress and heels.
That's crazy.
I don't see the hullabaloo, man. I'm not wearing no fucking heels. I don't care if I'm gay.
Yeah, I'm not wearing no heels,
That shit
bro.
seems uncomfortable.
Well, I don't think gay guys wear heels.
They do. Some of them do.
people do.
Gay dudes?
Yeah.
Some of them, yeah.
I've seen
I
it
don't,
before.
I don't think so,
But-
bro. I mean, maybe.
Well, yeah, you're right.
I feel like gay dudes are just dudes.
I would say like
Well, yeah, but
5%
still.
of them wear
I mean, if
heels.
they're
Yeah.
if they're trans people,
I've been to a
more
gay
likely.
bar.
Yeah.
I've been to a gay bar and there were some dudes wearing heels.
There was some dudes wearing heels.
Really?
Yeah.
But most people just look like dudes. Just like regular
I would
gay
think
dudes.
Most of them just look like really in shape dudes. You know what I mean? That's
Oh,
what. That's
yeah.
the image I have of gay guys. Like they're all in shape, and then there's like
They're all fucking
they're all
yoked.
fucking
are.
yoked, and there's like 10% that are just like a little bit out of shape, but they got game.
That's like a
Yeah.
white gay bar. If you go to like the colored people gay bars, there's
Like the
regular.
Jeffrey Dahmer type ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey
That's where you
Dahmer's
find
like
Jeffrey
gay bars.
Dahmer.
I went to a gay bar in downtown one time. That bitch looked like Chili's. It looked like a fucking
Chili's.
restaurant.
People
It had like a whole patio in the back and
jalapeno
shit.
poppers and shit.
I get some mozzarella sticks, please.
Some matzo sticks, some jalapeno poppers.
You've been to like a black gay bar? I've only been to one gay bar, and I think it was kind of white, but I can't. It was
Bro, the one I went to
Barbarella.
was super white. I was the only
Super
black person
white?
there.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, it was weird.
I don't know how I'd feel about that.
It was
No,
weird. And I am
wouldn't-
not gay.
I wouldn't feel
Being
comfortable.
anywhere where you're the only person of that color is not fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It's
feel
strange.
comfortable.
That's strange, man.
Yeah, I would not feel comfortable.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been to like, I don't even know if there's a black gay bar like that.
That's what we need, dude. We need some more.
But there's some gay bars where like, gay black people, gay Mexican people,
Yeah.
everybody be at, and they be chilling. They don't be like super dressed up and shit. They be wearing regular ass clothes.
I think you know what it is, man. I think it's just people want to go hang out around other gay people where they know like
Yeah.
there's gonna be no problems. They're not coming in like it's a costume party. Like I'm coming in dressing crazy. They're just
Yeah.
like I'm just going to the bar, but this is the bar that I go.
Especially if I was a girl, I would love to go to a gay bar.
to. Yeah, man.
I don't got to worry about some dude groping me up.
I mean, I'm sure some women like some attention and shit, but like to me, bro, that feels like demeaning and like defiling.
It
Like,
feels scary.
bro.
to me.
Like walking around a crowd, like being a pretty girl in a crowd of people. You know, I'm sure they get like
Yeah.
their fucking ass touched and stuff.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
For sure,
probably
man.
happens all the time.
Because you can't track the person down. It'd be so easy to just boop, moink, just pinch someone in there.
Boink.
And that's it. I turned around. You have no idea who
Run
did
away.
it. You know?
No, that
don't
for
even
sure
look.
happens.
Just look the other way and just boink.
Yeah. Women live a scary life, bro.
They do,
It's
man.
horrifying.
They live a scary life.
There's like, what did Dave Chappelle say? His joke about it was he was saying one time he had some money from like a comedy show he did, and the guy paid him like it was crazy. He paid him I think it was like $2,500 or no, it was more. It was a lot of money. He paid him like $25,000 because it was enough.
Ooh.
It was enough money. He had to put it like in a duffel bag type thing.
Jesus Christ.
And he said he didn't have a car, and the guy gave him $25,000 cash. He's like, okay, what the fuck do I do with this? I have to ride the bus home. So he's
Yeah.
riding the bus home, and he was saying that was like the scariest bus ride of his life because he's like, someone could ask me what's in the bag. You know what I mean? Like someone could
Yeah.
ask me like what's in the bag, and I feel like I have something valuable on me. He's like, women must feel like that all the time. They have something extremely valuable on them that everybody wants to take.
It's that cooch.
That
For
cooch,
real,
That
bro.
priceless cooch.
the priceless, and everybody wants to take it.
That shit
Yeah.
is scary, bro.
That's an artifact, dude. That's an
That's artifact.
Everybody wants it, bro. Everybody wants it. It's I don't know, man. That's too much for me. That's too much attention. That's
Yeah.
too much. And you are at such a disadvantage physically. How do you even pose a threat? Like, how do you
Absolutely.
argue back? What do you just fuck you? Like, you know, the guy could just be like, yeah, fuck you, and
Yeah.
just keep saying shit. Like, get harassed. You know, like, how do you stop it? You can't.
Physically, it's not
Pull out that Glock.
Yeah,
out that Glock.
That's all you
Keep
can do.
talking. We better get to popping, dude.
Oh, my God.
Because
bro. That
sometimes
shit's
I'll
scary.
see my girlfriend and she's like 4'11", dude, and I'll just see her walking into somewhere, and I'm like, how? How does? If you put this girl out at night, God knows what would happen. Like,
Yeah.
someone's gonna beat her up or something. It's fucking-
But I mean, no, I see what you're saying.
No, I'm
Like,
not gonna beat her up. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like it's just dangerous.
yeah, it's
It's
a
dangerous,
dangerous
yeah.
world, and for like a woman who's smaller or women in general, right?
Yeah, just the thought of her going out somewhere at night by herself,
Yeah.
I would feel
Wow.
so uncomfortable. You know?
Absolutely. I mean, it's not necessarily the girl that I'm worried about. It's the people who would do shit to her.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Like them, I feel like they would do some
Because
shit
I'm sure
there.
most people are just normal people. You know, like most people, even if it looks like they're being weird, they're just fucking living their life. But
Yeah.
there's got to be that one.
Absolutely.
You go to
That's all it
Kroger
takes
late
is
at
one.
night, there's got to be that one dude who is being weird. But
And
the
there's-
rest of them, like, maybe they're just walking behind you or something, but like, I'm just going to the same aisle, bitch. What do you want me to do? But other people, I'm sure, are fucking following you and like staring at that ass or doing some weird stuff, you know?
Yeah, and I'm sure it probably happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like in stores and shit. Even like at the grocery store, a girl goes to the grocery store by herself. Probably fucking happens. There's probably dudes following them and shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And people can get so bold, man.
Bro,
That
especially
is
now.
true. People can get
dude.
bold.
All these people on TikTok like walking up to people, and
Sniffing their
interviewing them and
asses?
shit.
Have
No,
sniffing
no.
their ass?
You ever seen the sniffing ass one?
I haven't
No.
seen that.
Oh
Who's
man,
I was talking about people that like interview people on TikTok and shit like that. That's what I was
Dude,
talking
I
about.
gotta show you
You talking
guys
about like
those.
they just come right up to you like, hey,
Yeah.
what's the craziest sex act you've done?
Yeah, it's like, all
that's
right,
what they
bro,
do.
come on.
Yeah. But some of the girls, I guess, like, you know what it is? Well, they clip it, they edit it, so I'm sure they had a lot of fuck yous, get away. But but they also have their I fucked my teacher in 11th grade, like
Yeah.
because there are those girls who love it and they're like, oh, I got a story for
They
you,
love
and
the-
they
they
tell
love
you
the
a wild ass
They love
story.
the attention, bro.
Yeah, they love the attention.
But no, so there's a trend. It's kind of a fucked up trend going around.
It's
on
that
TikTok.
is horrible. If they
Where-
were actually
That is
doing
horrible.
Dudes go up behind random chicks and like smell their asses.
So like, okay, where? Like at a restaurant?
Like at a restaurant,
mall?
at the laundromat.
Anywhere?
So okay, a woman is
Yes.
she's walking and you get down low and sniff her ass, or she's
Yes,
standing in a
you get
line
up
and you sniff her ass,
either or.
and she knows about it, or you're doing it undercover.
She does not know about it. The goal is for her not to figure it out. But more often than not, you're gonna get found out.
You can't take a sniff of an ass and have someone be like, "What's that breeze down there?"
Yeah, come on.
What's that?
You're just fucking in the grocery store and like a few feet from you here.
Yo,
You're like, what the fuck?
Oh my god!
Turn around and just a guy looking up at
Yeah,
you.
and you know damn well it's not gonna be like a little. It's gonna be. That's what you're gonna
Shove
hear.
that in a mason jar. Thanks very much. And you know what's crazy? What do you do to some like? Is there even a law that you can prosecute them with?
Technically, if he didn't touch them,
There's nothing you can do.
I
What
don't
do you
know.
say? He got too close and smelled me?
I guess it's still. All I know is they shouldn't be doing it.
No, it's wrong. But it's like,
What do you even gain from that?
I don't know.
I don't know. You
The
get to
smell of
think about
someone's
that smell
ass.
all day long. Yuck.
Ugh.
You like the smell of ass? What's wrong with you? That's crazy talk.
Oh my god.
To
Bro,
go out
what
there
the
smelling
hell?
asses.
This is what's happening in the world, bro.
Hey,
Are these grown people or are these like
These are
kids?
grown men, like fat grown men.
That could be a dirty ass bitch, man. Just because she's fine does not mean she's cleanly.
She went to the store, bro.
true.
She might be fresh out the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could have.
Well, for them, they
fucking,
probably like that.
A bunch
Some
of
people like
what do you
that.
call them? Dingleberries hanging out.
Oh, Jesus
never know.
Christ.
The thought of a dingleberry being in a woman's underwear,
Oh,
Hilarious.
it's just revolting, dude.
oh my god.
Well, nothing to do with that.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that's a sick trend, dude. That's gross.
How many chicks at strip clubs do you think have dirty booties?
Oh,
It's probably not a
by
lot.
the end of the night, they all gotta have dirty.
everybody's
By-
dirty.
By the end of the
Yeah.
night, yeah, but do you think like
Oh
there's
my God.
some that are just like because
Just
Some don't
imagine
sweat, maybe, some
dingleberries.
don't
hanging
sweat.
out.
yeah, because okay, across the scale, you know, men and women, there's dirty sides of both, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of dirty dudes, but there's also a lot of dirty chicks.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
within those numbers of people, some of them probably want to be strippers, right? So then some of them probably are. So
It's just a big Venn diagram.
I'm thinking about the numbers.
Yeah.
Like you keep segmenting down to the number
Yeah,
of
we're
people.
just filtering,
So
finding
that
the-
means there has to be people who are dirty,
Yeah.
who are strippers,
Hell yeah.
who have dirty assholes who get on stage and shake their asses and grind on dudes.
Hell yeah.
I would imagine out of almost all professions, that would be
the number one.
near the top tier of women who would be dirty. Because again,
That
it wouldn't
attracts
be a
them. It attracts them to the profession.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Whoa, what's the
life,
scent I'm smelling?
if you're dirty, you know, life had to go a certain way for you, and like this is just who you are, and so you're gonna make certain choices in life. and
Now Omar's calling all strippers dirty.
no, I'm not. I'm sure there's those strippers that they take their shit before they go to work. They take a shower and they don't, you know, like, oh, I can't shit.
No,
when
no,
I'm
we're
out.
just
I
talking.
can't shit when
We're
I'm on
just
the job.
talking about the
The rare few,
subsection,
yeah.
the subsection of people who are very
I'm
I'm
dirty.
just saying, like,
strippers.
if
Yeah,
you took a bunch
yeah.
of teachers, a bunch of doctors, a bunch of strippers, a bunch of lawyers, I would imagine the strippers have to have the more dirty numbers.
yeah.
Just because of the job, just because of like the hours,
you
you know,
meet.
Yeah, that's true.
the lifestyle.
no
like,
one
you just-
cleans a strip club.
Yeah, you
No,
go to
never.
parties,
It's like
you're staying up
casinos. No one
late.
cleans those.
I've heard like they're just drugged out, dude. Like a lot of them just They're on that schneef. They're
Yeah.
on those like Zans and stuff like that, and they're just up there
Yeah,
shaking
I mean,
that
you know how I
ass.
told you guys about those interviews I was watching on YouTube, the soft white underbelly, the guy who just interviews people, like random people across the country. Like he'll have strippers. They're not as like there are definitely some that are on drugs, but they're not as like drug dependent and shit as like prostitutes and stuff. Like they're
yeah.
like,
That's different,
Most of
yeah.
them they'll just do drugs for like fun, but they're and a
It's
lot
a
of
different
them
profession.
It's a much different
Yeah.
profession. Like,
Prostitution, you're getting straight up fucked. Strippers,
Yes,
you are like
bro.
you are like a prize. You are like a show. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people, they can be disrespectful all they want, but they're throwing money at you and they can't touch you because those bouncers will beat their ass.
And they want to
Exactly.
talk to you.
yeah,
exactly.
Like they actually like the guys that go there like want to get to know you a little bit.
Yes.
yeah. Well,
Whereas
some
a-
of them, yeah.
as
I mean,
best
if I
they
went to a
can.
strip
Prostitute,
club,
bro. A prostitute is just get in my car, fuck me, and
Yes.
then get out.
It's
yeah,
all business.
It's quick.
That's
It's all
crazy.
business, dude.
It's all business.
There's
It's
no
the
time to
McDonald's
waste.
of the world.
It's the McDonald's of the. It's the
You get in the
McDonald's of
line, you get
romance.
your shit, and you
It's
go
worse,
home.
bro. It's Carl's Jr. This is
Carl's.
Arby's, dude. It's as bad as
Oh,
it gets.
God.
They're closing them down.
I will not take Carl's Jr. slander on this podcast.
You like Carl's Jr.?
I love Carl's
That
Jr.
shit's so nasty.
Every time I see that
so
fucking
greasy.
star's dumbass face, his little smug.
I love the
smirk.
star.
No, I've actually heard they're pretty good, but
amazing.
for whatever reason, all the Carl's Jr.'s we've opened have been bad.
Oh yeah.
But I've heard. I mean, I'm sure like all strippers aren't all drugged up, but it's like that type of profession. Like if you're a bartender, like working at a
Yeah.
nightclub, you're drunk. You know,
Oh,
you just
yeah.
because it's funner that way.
Most bartenders have issues with alcohol.
Yeah,
because,
you have to
because of the job.
Yeah.
I've heard.
They're not drunk, but they're for sure getting drunk after they leave.
for sure. And like at the end of the night, they're taking shots here.
Gio, I've seen some get drunk while I'm there, bro.
I haven't seen that before. I would love to see
You've
that.
never seen bartenders taking shots at the.
I've seen them take shots,
work?
but they're not really taking the full-on shot. They're for
guess
sure
so.
putting some
I've
water in
seen
there.
I've certainly
I've
them
seen
take full-on
some
shots, but
drinking, bro.
That's
like
hilarious.
throughout the night, like people will buy them shots and they'll be like, "Thanks," and they'll just take it.
If you're a girl bartender, for sure you're probably getting plastic.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
dude!
of
A pretty
course.
girl bartender, like at a place where
You want a shot with me?
you want to do this with me? It's a guy with a flamingo shirt.
Oh my god, did it right?
With the sleeves rolled up,
Flamingo shirt.
That was the exact guy I had in my head.
and like some backwards sunglasses.
Oh my god.
You want to do this with me? Hey, it's Tyler. Hi.
Fucking does the shot.
Cameron.
She's like, "Thanks," and walks
Oh my,
away.
bro, I gotta tell this story, bro. One time I went to Austin, right, and I was there with like 3 other friends, and we all had our own separate journeys that night. So we all found each other late at night. It's like whatever. So one of my friends, he went to a bar, and he was drunk out of his mind, and he stayed at this bar for 2 hours, and he was like, bro, the bartender was so fucking fine. She was giving me shots all night. Y'all gonna love her. We're gonna go back there tomorrow. Y'all are gonna love her. So we go back tomorrow. We walk in, and he's like, oh, that's her. And we was like, that's the girl?
She wasn't that fine.
She was not that fine.
Oh,
And he said, you know what? We can turn around and go somewhere else.
it's those beer goggles, dude.
It was the beer goggles.
Man
bro.
was
Beer
drunk and he
goggles.
was feeling
He
it.
was feeling it. He was like, I'm gonna go back later and talk to her tonight. And it was not. He did not feel the same.
Hey man, those kind of scenes are not that pretty in the morning.
No.
Like I've been in New Orleans, dude. When you go and you look at Bourbon Street and you walk, because I stayed right on Bourbon Street.
Oh, my
you go out at night, it's dark. You can't see all the diapers on the floor. You can't. You can't see all the fucking rats scurrying around finding pieces of fucking Creole food and shit. Cajun tenders
Occasion
and
rats,
shit.
bro.
They're not finding no etouffee in the
Oh, my
trash
God,
can.
bro.
But you go there in the morning, dude, and it looks disgusting, and everyone looks sad and dirty and shit.
Bro, it's the dirtiest street in the world.
Alcohol is you forget how dirty things get with alcohol, bro.
Hell yeah.
You'll be
Get
throwing up,
filthy.
and then like you go back with your friends, and like you wash your mouth, whatever. You go back to your friends, and then an hour later, you're like, man, I've been drinking again. Like earlier, I just threw up, and I'm just pretending like that wasn't a big deal.
I just regurgitated. My body
Yeah.
just told me stop putting this in me,
Yeah.
and I didn't listen.
I
And
declined that. I said,
I
no, thank you.
declined.
I'll keep going.
I said, no, thank you, body. You go fuck yourself.
I appreciate the input, but I respectfully decline. I will
I
continue drinking.
I appreciate the input, but the mind is gonna make the decision here. And
my God,
we're not doing this.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep drinking.
Fucking alcohol, dude. I saw this video. Speaking of like, I don't know if this guy was drunk. I don't know how he came up with that idea, but he was at a bar, right? And he was dressed up as a Nazi in
Crazy.
England, in Britain, or something
Oh,
like that,
that's a
somewhere in the
bad
UK.
look.
And they immediately are like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And like yelling at him and shit. And he has the nerve to be like, like putting his hands up, like, what's going on? Like shrugging, like,
What's the problem?
Yeah, he's like, I don't see the big deal, you know? And like, and a bunch of people get up and just start yelling, and they're like pointing at the like, you gotta go, and they kick him out. And the guy has a fucking Nazi band on his arm. Like, who in their
What
right
did you
mind?
expect?
That's one that I don't think there ever will be any defense of. You
No.
can't.
Yeah.
What they did is probably up there with top 10,
Bro.
top 5, some of the most horrible shit.
And
that
of all
humans have
places, you're in England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
it's
that
pretty
was
close.
right there.
Well, that's very close. They
Yeah.
fought them. They fucked them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Germany fucked him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not as bad as like France. France got fucking.
France got
didn't even
bent
fight.
over.
France got fucked.
Yeah,
France got bent over.
Bro, they
good.
was walking through the middle of the shit.
Bro.
Fucking
bro.
Eiffel Tower in the background.
France, they just caved, right?
Yeah,
they
did
caved
like
up 'cause
a
they already
tent,
seen what they
bro.
did
filmed
before.
Like a tent. Those fucking Frenchies, man.
Bastards, bro.
They let them take their
Fucking
paintings and
Poland
everything.
got it rough, man.
Yeah.
Oh, they got it so bad.
You know who's putting up a good fight? Fucking Ukraine, dude.
Yeah,
Ukrainians
Those guys
putting
putting
up
up
a
a fat fight.
But you want to know why?
Because we're helping them.
Because of the U.S. aid.
Yeah,
baby.
yeah,
That's
we're
why.
aiding the shit. Because every time they get beat up real bad, we're like, okay, guys, we'll send over some stuff.
This is like,
Like-
this is like when football teams like they're about to play another team and they like play the scout team in practice.
Yeah.
This is what America's doing with
So
Russia.
how do you guys feel
Yeah,
about
we're
this?
just-
They're like scouting Russia right now.
Let
We're
me ask
testing out
you-
strategies. We're playing Risk.
So how do you guys feel about this? Like at a time when we're seeing like 40-year highs of inflation, people are struggling to get by and shit. Some people might say, I don't agree or disagree with this viewpoint I'm about to assert. Some people might say, why are we giving money to Ukraine when people in the U.S. are struggling?
I mean, I definitely see why. Like, first and foremost, just to be nice. But second of all, like, because if you don't nip this problem in the butt, it's gonna keep getting worse.
Yeah.
And if he took Ukraine easily, bro, he wouldn't have stopped.
Yeah.
I
You know what I
100%
mean? He would have
agree with
kept
that.
going. But because they put up such a good fight, I feel like this is gonna slow him down or something. You know, maybe I don't know what's gonna end up happening at the end of this war. I don't think he's gonna end up getting Ukraine. They've lost a lot of like steam, unless they're like busting out missiles, which they're not.
I
and he
think
keeps firing all the people that's like leading the charge.
Who?
Putin.
Putin?
Yeah, he keeps firing everybody.
I think 'cause a lot of
firing.
people-
When I say firing, I'm
well, they
murking him.
they probably report bad news and he's like, you're fired.
You're fired, dude.
They're probably just like, sir, we've lost this section. We've lost the section that we annexed previously. You're fired.
You're fired.
Just for telling him what happened.
Yeah, just it was his decisions. You're informing him what the
You got fired.
you're fired. Don't say
fired.
something like that to me again. Only good news.
I only want to hear good news.
Anyone
out
comes
of
to you
your
with bad news, they're fired. Yeah, but I mean, no, that would be a big problem, man. And I think a lot of people in Russia are starting to like go against the war. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people in power that maybe are going along with it and like doing their job, but deep inside they don't really like.
A lot of
I'm
people
not
going
gonna lie.
around.
Some people don't even know why they're doing this.
I mean, it's all propaganda
Yeah.
in Russia. So like some of them don't really know
Yeah.
the like, you know, background, the context as to why they're fighting. And a bunch of their, I mean, Ukraine is populated with a shit ton of Russians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like my fucking, you know, be like my
Cousins
uncle
and-
lives over
yeah,
there.
exactly.
It's like, why would I want us taking it over forcefully?
Yeah, I think a lot of people over there don't necessarily know what's going on, right? Like, I mean, we have an idea of what's going on, right? But we're also probably being fed some kind of narrative.
Yeah.
For sure.
right.
We're fed the Russia's bad narrative. Yeah,
Absolutely,
just-
right? And then Russia is fed. I mean, the Ukrainians are fed. No, sorry, the Russians.
Russians,
my
yeah.
bad. The Russians are fed this narrative by their people that Ukraine is being held hostage by a bunch of Nazi fucking leaders.
yeah, they're gonna like liberate them.
Yes, and they're like, we're gonna liberate them
Which
from
is
the Nazis.
hilarious.
That's always every bigger power's excuse to go into a place. We're gonna help you guys out. Trust me.
Trust me, we
Let
got
us take
you.
control, and we're gonna get this place tip top shape. And we do not.
We're gonna whip this place into shape. Don't worry about it.
we just fucking give them a job for 3 years. We take all their resources for a few years, and then
I'm telling you, this is all practice for America, bro.
Yeah.
This is all practice. They're just watching Russia. They're like, all right, that's what they do.
I'll say
Take it
this
down.
though: Russia was not as powerful as I would have thought they'd be. I thought they were gonna like clean house, and they did not. I mean,
Yeah.
unless they would use like, you know, crazy power, like, you know, missiles and nuclear weapons and things. But when it comes to just straight up like manpower and like tanks, vehicles, just weapons, like
Yeah.
straight up like, you know, fighting, I don't know, man. They're not really doing a great job.
I just don't think they
not
have
very
as
organized.
Yeah, they don't have as efficient of like a military as like the United States or like China. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like they're not as much of a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And they don't have as many resources as us. Like they have a lot of resources, but compared to like us or like compared to like, you know, China with like the amount of wealth in China and shit, like they just don't have those kind of resources available.
Shit, man. We're gonna have a little bout later on with China, dude. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna
Did you
happen
see
soon,
like
bro.
the whatever he is, prime minister? in China?
Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping.
Xi
What about
Jinping.
him?
He appointed like 5 people, like basically like his top 5 folks. Like didn't he like get rid of his like cabinet that he had before and then put in like a bunch of new extremely powerful people that were backing him up through, the past few years that they've been having like crazy economic growth? Or am
I didn't
tripping?
even know.
I was
had no
reading
idea.
something about that. I don't know who they are, but like he put all these people in power, basically like solidifying that the people around him that are gonna like he makes the decisions, but like the people around him that
Well,
also
like-
have to like
Yeah.
like I guess like agree with them. They're all on his side.
Yeah.
So basically, like this guy is gonna be able to do almost what he wants.
Of course, he's surrounding himself with a bunch of yes men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
But like they're very high level yes men.
High level yes men who have like good images and shit. So I'm sure they would just be like, all right, well, these guys are saying yes, then it's
So
yes.
it all looks above board, right?
Yeah.
To like international like diplomats and shit. But really, they're always gonna do what he says.
Yeah, and it's always in their best interest.
That
So-
shit is barely a government. That's just like
Yeah, I
it's
think-
just dudes.
It's a
It's just
few
one
dudes.
guy.
Pretty
Yeah.
much dudes and like some families that have a lot of power. That's
Yeah.
pretty much all China
Jesus
is,
Christ, bro.
which
Yeah.
is crazy to think of. Like what you were saying about the U.S. and China. I don't even know. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so, man. Because I feel like we benefit so much from existing separately. Like we benefit so much from China's existence, obviously, because fucking cheap labor and everything's made in China.
But we
And
pay
they-
them all the money for the shit that they bring us.
Yeah,
to.
yeah. We benefit from the trade. They benefit from the trade because we give them a lot of shit they don't have. Like in China, you can't grow a lot of shit. Like their land kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah, food
Like,
is very.
Think about
tough
what
to
do we have
grow.
in the U.S. We have so much fucking land to grow everything. We grow all kinds of food. Like we have some of those fertile soil in the world in places like California and Texas. You can grow all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
So
for
we,
sure.
we send them so much food and shit. So it's like it's a very mutually beneficial existence.
I'll be honest though, from China's perspective, I don't see why they wouldn't. Because if they take us over, they could just take the resources.
But taking us over would be like
it would be like
it'd be too
cost a
much
lot.
of a
it'd be
it'd cost a
self-sabotage.
lot.
Everything would be done. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like it would interrupt the trade that we already have, right? Because if they're like, oh, we're gonna take you over, and then the U.S. is like, okay, we're done. We're not trading anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Then
it's
now they're
then
like,
it's like,
okay, well,
okay,
what are we
our-
gonna do in the meantime while we're having this war?
Exactly. Like, okay,
Yeah.
all of our people are starving. Now what
Yeah.
the fuck do we do?
Yeah. And then
It's
we
because we wanted America.
Yeah.
yeah. It's just, I mean, their whole setup is just fantastic.
I also
man.
feel like America's a hard place to take, bro. Like you're
It's too fucking
where-
big.
yeah,
it's
too
far
big.
away
Where
from
do
all
you-
the people who want it.
Yeah, it's not like
Separation.
isolated either. It's connected to Mexico on the bottom and Canada on the top. So like, where do you have to? You can go from one of the sides, or like, how do you even properly?
That's
do
true.
it,
You
know?
can't
just
really invade
rearrange
us.
your troops and just like come at them from different angles. You don't have to have all your troops in the major cities and shit.
Yeah.
You
If
know
you try
what I
to
mean?
invade us, bro, we'll see you from across the ocean.
That's true. It's an oddly shaped country. It's like long, like horizontally.
It
Yeah.
is.
So you would have to come from either coast. You're not going to come from north or south. You're going to come from east or west.
Exactly.
And so
and
you'd
if a
have to
bunch of
make-
Chinese people fly into Mexico, we're gonna
Yeah.
be like, yo, what's going on here?
Exactly.
You could take over the big cities, but to get everything, that would be very difficult.
It'd be hard. It'd be spread. You would need. I mean, they have a lot of people, but you would need a lot of soldiers.
Yeah.
like not just people. Like you need trained people, like trained soldiers and regimes to go in to be able to like, all right, we're gonna lock this down. We're gonna kill all the U.S. military. Fucking install our fucking people here and do this and that. Like you
Yeah.
need a lot of those motherfuckers.
It's kind of crazy to think like that's someone's job, like
Yeah.
military strategy. Like we're saying we're gonna go attack the U.S. right now, but like let's just make a plan in
If
case.
we did.
Let's like think through it.
Yeah, like what troops would we send? What city would we send them to? Like how would we tempt them to do this? How would
Oh, yeah.
we?
And
How
it's-
would we
it-
block off their resources here?
And those kind of conversations are had on our end too. There's
Yeah,
like
for
sure.
sure.
There's a whole branches of the U.S. government that's their job. There's just people who formulate that shit. Like, all right, what if we invaded Canada?
Yeah, and they just
You know
run
what I mean?
simulations, dude. They
Yeah.
just put little fake cities and fake tanks, and they just run fucking analysis
Yeah,
and see what happens.
They run data. Like they use actual data to like populate their analysis and like, okay, if we were to invade here, this would happen. If we weren't, this would happen. If we didn't get involved in this conflict, we would lose this amount of money, so on and so forth.
Crazy shit, dude.
I couldn't even fathom trying to take over, like, starting with New York and then going to L.A.
Oh my gosh.
That's
New York would be easy
so much
peasy, low
land.
key. If
New
you
York
really
would
wanted to
be-
be mean about it, that's because everything is so tight knit. Like, if you blew up one building, it'd be fucking chaos.
Yeah, but we'll be
You know?
quick to snap. We'll be quick to reply.
Yeah, I guess so. But New York would be the easiest, I would imagine, out of all of them, right?
Yeah,
like
you get the
it's
most
the
people.
most like dense. With,
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of security does New York have? They got a fucking street cop. Hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are they gonna do? Like, they can't have. They got a Coast Guard,
Oh fuck no!
dense ass, small ass city.
They have the NYPD.
Yeah,
That's their only hope.
NYPD versus the terrorists.
They
man.
can't even stop people from hopping over the subway turnstile.
A bunch of Mark Wahlbergs, dude.
Hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing? It's a bunch of Paul Blarts. That's just silly. California, that would be a little more difficult to take over.
That would be hard as hell.
I think that would be really difficult to take over.
Houston,
New York would be the easiest. You'd make quick work of a good amount of people and
Everything's
send
so
a message.
It's also so close together.
Yeah.
You go to the UN, you kill everybody.
Texas,
Yeah.
we're in a nice place. We are like big on energy, which is a problem because they would want to take care of our fucking our
fossil
energy,
fuels.
our
Agreed.
factories and all this stuff
Yeah.
and all these rigs and stuff. But we're in the middle and we're in a weird spot, so they wouldn't come for us first for sure.
Plus, we're very heavily armed.
Yeah. Plus we oh my god,
We're the most armed.
Extremely heavily
Yeah.
armed.
That's very true, man. If someone tried to invade us, but it wouldn't be like Red Dawn, bro. You remember that movie? The one with Josh Peck.
Isn't that where I haven't seen it, but isn't that where the Russians try to invade?
Yeah. So
The
like I was
fucking US?
listening to an interview with him, and it's kind of a similar thing with Top Gun, I think, where they don't really specifically tell you who the enemy is.
It's not specified that it's Russians,
But it's probably
everybody
Russia.
knows it's Russians.
Yeah, I think like the voices they do and the things they say, and it's like a group of like all these young people who kind of band together and are like leading like a guerrilla revolution like against them. Like in this movie, Russia just showed up overnight and took over immediately, and these kids are trying to fight back. And I'm like, this would not happen, bro.
No, they'd murder all these white kids.
Yeah,
like,
we would all just be
immediately.
in our houses like shaking with our guns. Like, I'm not gonna be out there in the front lawn just taking people out, dude.
You think I care about this country that much?
Yeah,
Barely.
we're stupid, man, and we could be prideful, but like once danger comes around, we're hightailing it.
Oh hell yeah!
We're hightailing it.
I'm in
here.
Mexico.
Yeah, we're not prideful like China or prideful like one of the other countries where
Nah.
like I'd rather die than go back and be like, no, I.
But I think we have a large enough military to spread ourselves out pretty well.
We have a disgustingly strong military.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we invest all of our money in this country.
Yeah. It always makes me think of like I remember one time I saw like a list of like all whatever we have, like all the boats all the Navy vessels we have, all the military jets we have, all the arms we have and shit. And then you look at other countries like Canada and like like different South American countries, bro. Oh my god, we would
them over
absolutely fuck them
so
up
quickly.
Yeah, Canada is first on the list if we
Yeah.
ever need resources.
Like, like there was like in the 1800s and 1700s, pretty much any time before like 1800, there was colonialism was huge. Even before I want to say even before 1900, colonialism was huge, and now it's kind of like died out, like in terms of actual colonialism.
Because everything's taken.
like going places.
Everything's kind of like settled out.
But like I think now colonialism has moved more to like economical rather than just being like actually having motherfuckers go here and be like,
And
okay,
take it over.
India is ours now.
Yeah.
But instead of
Yeah.
doing that, they install like these practices and laws and trades, and they make certain populations dependent on certain things.
Yeah.
To where it's like they need this, so then they need us.
Yeah.
You know.
And so we're the ones that benefit off it. We're
Yeah.
making
Exactly.
the money. We put the people in power, and they're, we jumpstart their factories or jumpstart whatever like resources they're mining or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
put our people in there, and I don't know how we get money off of this, but we do.
And it's all fucking trade, and
Yeah.
they benefit somewhat, but it's really all for our own.
I mean, how does that work? We get in there. We can't just be like blatantly sending ourselves the stuff that we said we were going to help them protect. How does that work? I mean, I know we put like trades in place so that they're dependent on us, but like, does that just mean, all right, we'll sign over, this as long as you help us out with this?
We have a lot of like our businesses like leaving the U.S. and bringing like work there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like think about like Ford, right? Like and you can see the results of like it fucking up this country. Like Ford and GM, they moved all the fucking production from like fucking here, the
Detroit
US,
and shit.
Detroit to like India or some shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if motherfuckers are making all the cars out there, and there's nobody making cars here. It's jobs for people in India. It's good lives, not decent lives for them. They make money, but people here are fucking.
Bro,
left
Detroit
without a
still
job.
has not
Yeah.
recovered.
No,
Like Detroit is disgusting.
I think it also shows like the negative of a city completely depending on that one resource. Like,
yeah.
For
like,
sure.
I think they probably shouldn't have moved the fucking fact. I get it from like a money perspective, right? It's cheaper. You don't have to pay these workers shit in India, but
You don't
like
have to fuck up your own like environment. You don't have
exactly.
Yeah.
But like for the people of Detroit, like why did they depend so much on like the auto factories? Like you know what I mean?
I just think it's one of those things
It's
that
true,
you
find
never
another
think
job.
they're going to leave.
Yeah.
I guess
Because it's
like,
such
they're-
it's like so embedded in the
it's
city.
so built in, but like you have to have more diverse shit in your
Yeah.
city, man. Like you have to have. You can't just be dependent on that. Or
All the
else you're
sports
fucked.
teams is named after the cars, damn near.
Yeah.
That's true. Pistons.
The Pistons, the fucking the Tigers have fucking Ford trucks in like the middle of the center field and shit.
What the hell?
It's
Those are
all
Detroit
like-
Lions. Is that the
Detroit
NFL
Lions.
team?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be
Ford Field, I think.
Yeah.
They play
I'd
at
be
Ford
so
Field.
salty if I'm Detroit and they left my shit. I wouldn't want any of my sports teams into after
wouldn't.
anything with cars.
Yeah,
I would
dude.
never buy a GM.
Bro, I'd
Guard
never buy a
nothing.
Ford in
Bro,
my fucking life.
I'm
Fuck you
never
guys.
buying a fucking GM or Ford. I'm only getting Toyota if that shit happens.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I could see. I mean, from the company standpoint, it's cheaper to do it
Yeah.
over there. So, I mean, really, India's getting fucked over because they're the ones who are having to work for shitty pennies
Bro.
and sending us cheap, cars.
Yeah.
But then the people here don't have jobs. It's tough, man. But then if you do it here, then the cars are expensive and people don't want them and they're not going to sell the same way. So you're not going to
Yes.
have the success you have now
Yeah.
because they're cheap. If they're a lot more expensive,
It's a
just because
tricky
they're
game to
building them
play.
doesn't mean they want to buy them.
It's a tricky game to play, bro. And it's $1 billion game, too.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
that whole
that's
like
what-
domestic manufacturing is very tough, man.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
always going to be more expensive. But then
Labor
people are like,
labor is a huge cost too,
Yeah.
man. Like people need in the US you have to pay for people's health care and their children's health care, all that shit. So it's like it adds up. So then companies are like, fuck that. We don't want to do that.
In India,
that
they
crazy,
have
dude?
none of that.
all the transportation costs, all that shit still outweighs how expensive it is to do it here. How weird is that?
Yeah.
Why can't we just produce it here and just ship it to the same country? You just do it by truck or do it by... But instead we got it from China, it comes on a vessel, takes a fucking month to get here. We pay thousands and thousands of dollars per container and per the vessel and all that
And
shit.
it's still
all
cheaper.
labor,
and it's still
bro.
cheaper.
It's all labor, bro.
It's still much cheaper. That's
Yeah.
weird. It's all labor.
It's
so
all
that
labor.
just goes to show all the small guys are the ones who are taking all that cost.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
They're the ones taking that hit, which is
Absolutely.
wild to think about.
It's a good note to end on.
Yeah. American made sucks.
American made fucking sucks.
Bye,
All right.
guys.
Thanks guys.
Bye.
Bye.